Well, a friend of mine that rebuilds my torches has this nice Grand Am, a 2000 Grand Am, and he could take a little better care of it. I just fixed his windshield wipers. We'll fix him up. Anyhow, his door wouldn't close. I said, well, I see a bit of rust. Not much, but a little. So I took the whole door apart and took apart millions of little pieces and parts and all kinds of stuff, and I broke the little spring that holds the rod onto the lock. And what I found was his latch assembly spring was rusty. Right there. I'm going to put it on macro. Give me a sec. There, macro. Anyways, what happened was the spring that springs the latch closed broke. And this one doesn't look a lot better. $20 from the junkyard. $200 from the dealer. Pretty complicated gizmo here. Anyways, when you close your door, it does this. Snap, snap. But when you do it to this one, the original one that was on the car, nothing. Because the spring that controls this little piece right here broke in half. And I tried taking it apart, but you got a rivet here. You got to grind the rivet off, and probably the whole assembly flies apart into 10 different directions, and then you regret having touched it. So, got little plastic clippies here that are half broken, and all kinds of little parts that I got to dick around with and get it right before I put it back together. So that's today's job. He's a good man. We'll fix him up. All right. Gel lube, the best grease that Walmart used to sell, non-stock. Why would they discontinue the best grease? Probably because it was too good. Gel lube. I'd buy a pallet of it if I can get some. Crank her up. Oh yeah. Mm-mm. Gel lube. Now I gotta put this thing back together. Lube it up. Mm-mm. Hope I get all this put back together in the right order. A lot of little parts here. Alrighty. I'll keep you posted as I put this contraption back together. Well, I'm glad I didn't make a video of my progress on this, because had I done it, it would have been a lot of cursing. I try to keep it clean. Lots of place for the haters and the swearers, and we do a little bit of politics here, but not too much. Anyhow, this is a chore to replace the latch mechanism. The bracket that holds the door handle on is Mickey Mouse. The clip for the lock, you got to align 17 things at once and have 4 hands or 5 hands. Could work for an octopus. Anyways, I lost a clip for the window track. I don't think it matters, and I busted the clip for the door lock, and it may matter, but I can change it another time. So, I think everything is working. So, let's give it a try. Maybe I should put the window down in case it doesn't open, because this is not easy to do. Look at that. Beautiful. Door locks, well, I don't know about that. That clip busted, and I should have got another one, but I didn't have a chance to deal with it. I got too much work on the yellow house getting the temperature up to 104 degrees. So, would have put a bit of grease on the track so it could attract dust. All plastic. Light duty. You want light cars that get great fuel mileage? That's what you end up with. Plastic cars. We'll grease this baby up and we'll give it back to the customer. Another satisfied customer. Well, it's actually a friend of mine. I don't work for anybody. I don't have time. Got my own crap. Oh, you gotta lube things up. That's what you said to the sailor. Not a joke. Otherwise your hood won't open and the cable breaks and the doors don't open and the little springs break and you gotta keep things all greased up. I wish I would have serviced this car for my buddy. His father runs the little welding shop. He's been so good to me. I feel bad that this car's gonna need some service that could have been avoided by regular greasing. And you take it to the dealer and they say, yeah, we'll lube all of this and grease and check, and then I'll friggin' do half of it. So, what do we got here? A 3400 SFI, which is basically a 2.8 Struggle 6. I recognize it now. Small, powerful motor. I used to have a Citation back in 1980, a coupe. Bought for $100. Had no floor whatsoever, and the pillar here was all rotted up to the roof. No floor. I mean, there was no floor. It was a Fred Flintstone mobile. You can get in and out of it through the floor. It was an 80, and I bought it probably in 1987, 88. What a junker clunker. Anyways, didn't have a lot of miles, 100 and change. Had a lot of power. It was a plain Jane two-door coupe. Automatic power steering, power brakes. Don't even know if it had remote control mirrors. So I lubed up the door hinges and the hood pivots here and the hood pivot there, even though it pivots in rubber. And this is all goopied up. And that's all goopied. And I put some on the windshield wiper pivots right there. Very important. If I could get underneath that cover, I would do a few there, but I can't, so I won't. These screws rust right there. Yep, can't get your air filter off. Looks like a new oil filter. CarQuest. Cheapy. Automatic transmission. No dipstick. Like an antifreeze leak from the intake manifold gasket. Typical. These suffer from intake manifold gasket problems. Same with the 4.3. It's a Honda. Yeah, that's what's cranking up in the background. No transmission dipstick, just a filler plug. You change the oil when it burns. Alrighty. I gotta get to see what Fruit Loops is up to. See you in a bit. Maybe this man will sell this Grand Am and buy that one. Goodbye.